In a small town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, whispers of a chilling urban legend have been passed down for generations. The tale of the Hookman, a terrifying figure with a metal hook for a hand, has haunted the dreams of teenagers and adults alike for decades. But what if I told you that the origins of this spine-tingling story are far more sinister than you could ever imagine? It all began on a crisp autumn evening in the 1950s, when America was still basking in the glow of post-war optimism. A young couple, Mary and John, decided to take a drive to their favorite secluded spot on the outskirts of town. The air was thick with the scent of fallen leaves and the promise of adventure. As they parked their car beneath the canopy of ancient oak trees, they had no idea that their lives were about to change forever. The radio crackled to life, interrupting the soft melodies that had been playing. A news bulletin cut through the static, warning of a dangerous criminal who had escaped from a nearby prison. The reporter's voice trembled as he described the fugitive, a man with a hook for a hand, known for his brutal crimes and insatiable thirst for violence. Mary and John exchanged nervous glances, but their youthful bravado convinced them they were safe in their little bubble of romance. As the night wore on, strange noises began to echo through the woods. The rustling of leaves seemed to grow louder, and shadows danced at the edge of their vision. Mary clutched John's arm, her heart racing as she whispered, "Did you hear that?" John tried to reassure her, but even he couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched by unseen eyes. Suddenly, a sharp metallic sound rang out, the sound of something scraping against the car's exterior. John's hand froze on the ignition as Mary let out a muffled scream. In a panic, he gunned the engine and peeled away from their once peaceful spot, tires squealing against the gravel road. It wasn't until they reached the safety of the town's brightly lit streets that they dared to stop. With shaking hands, John stepped out of the car to inspect the damage. What he found made his blood run cold. There, dangling from the passenger side door handle, was a bloody, rusted hook. The legend of the Hookman spread like wildfire through the town and beyond. Some versions of the story claimed that the hook-handed man was a jilted lover seeking revenge. Others insisted he was a deranged serial killer who preyed on unsuspecting couples. But the truth, dear listeners, is far more terrifying than any of these tales. You see, the Hookman was never just one man. He was a manifestation of our deepest fears, a shadow that lurks in the corners of our minds. The hook itself became a symbol of the violence that we all fear lies just beneath the surface of our seemingly peaceful lives. As the years passed, the legend evolved. It was whispered around campfires, shared in hushed tones at slumber parties, and eventually made its way into popular culture. Movies, books, and TV shows all drew inspiration from the terrifying tale of the Hookman. But with each retelling, the true horror of its origins became more and more obscured. The Hookman legend serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the most unexpected places. It warns us to be cautious, to heed the warnings we're given, and to never assume we're truly safe. But it also speaks to something deeper within us. Our fascination with the macabre, our need to confront our fears in the safety of a story. Today, the legend of the Hookman continues to evolve. In an age of technology and constant connection, one might think such old-fashioned urban legends would lose their power. But the opposite is true. The Hookman has found new life in the digital age, with online forums and social media spreading his terrifying tale to a whole new generation. But here's the truly unsettling part. What if the Hookman isn't just a legend? What if somewhere out there in the darkness, a figure with a gleaming metal hook is waiting, watching, biding his time? The next time you hear a strange noise in the night or catch a glimpse of movement in your rearview mirror, remember the tale of the Hookman. And whatever you do, don't look back. As the sun sets and shadows lengthen, we're left to ponder the true nature of fear. Is it the tangible threats that we can see and touch? Or is it the unknown horrors that our minds conjure in the dark? The legend of the Hookman reminds us that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create ourselves. So, lock your doors, check your back seat, and always, always be aware of what might be lurking just beyond the reach of your headlights. For in the world of urban legends, the line between fiction and reality is often thinner than we'd like to believe.